Mr. Speaker, with your leave.
Honorable member, let's adopt
Mr. Speaker,
let him adopt the proceedings first.
We cannot even adopt the proceedings. We don't have a commencement quorum. We don't even have a quorum to commence proceedings. We don't. So may I be permitted
Hold
to
on.
make my submissions? Mr. Speaker,
Honorable,
Mr. Speaker, with your leave, may I read Article 102? A quorum of Parliament, apart from the person presiding, shall be 1/3 of all the members of Parliament. Mr. Speaker, upon my last reading about 2 minutes ago, we are only 35 members. And Mr. Speaker, let me anchor the gravamen of my submission on the decision of the Supreme Court. Mr. Speaker, in the case of Justice Abdullah as Attorney General. Mr. Speaker, for purposes of determination of this matter, the first issue that confronted the Supreme Court for determination, Mr. Speaker, was the issue of quorum. And this is what the Supreme Court had to say. It says at page 18 of the judgment, unreported, Mr. Speaker, it says, the first issue presented for judicial determination concerns quorum. There are 2 separate quorum provisions that govern the business of the House. The general quorum provision is found in Article 102 of the Constitution. Mr. Speaker, and the court quotes it. And it goes on like this. A quorum in Parliament, apart from the person presiding, shall be the 1/3 of the members of Parliament. In other words, the House to commence and proceed with ordinary business of the day, there must be in attendance at least 1/3 of the members of Parliament, apart from the person presiding. Mr. Speaker, that is the commencement quorum. Commencement quorum, you need 92. Mr. Speaker, the emphasis that I'm laying this morning is that the commencement quorum, which is a quorum of 91 members, Mr. Speaker, is not attained this morning. So we are incapable of even proceeding to correcting the votes and proceedings of yesterday. We can't even pray. We cannot even wink at our brothers in this chamber this morning. Mr. Speaker, this is a matter that the Supreme Court have had cause to make pronouncements on. It is binding on the House. We cannot, as a House of record, ignore this and proceed with business this morning when we are woefully incapable of making the minimum quorum of 91.
The first Deputy Speaker again sought to clarify that the Constitution gives room for some time allocations for members to be mobilized before the Speaker presiding will call for an adjournment.
It's well known and argued in this House several times over the years, becomes a matter for long quotes as if, but for the court judgment, we didn't know what it was. For people sitting outside, it may be news, but for us in this House, this argument has been made left and right every time. The Constitution is very clear, we know, but there's a procedure which should guide us, and that is found in Order 48.2, and I refer to it. If at the time of sitting, a member takes notice or objection that there are present in the House, besides the person presiding, less than 1/3 of the number of all the members present, and after an interval of 10 minutes, a quorum is not present, the person presiding shall adjourn the House without a question being put. So there's a procedure. Once the issue has been raised, the Speaker, you ask that the bell be rung. If after 10 minutes, by your watch, the number is already, that is when you will bring proceedings to a close. The Speaker, I ask you to go by our standing orders and let the procedure we have adopted apply.
Second Deputy Speaker Andrew Lesiama, who was presiding at that time, gave a 10-minute ultimatum for members to be mobilized. Even after that, the House still could not form a quorum, which led to an adjournment. The second Deputy Speaker called that parliamentary business should be taken seriously since the August House has been in the news. The House subsequently adjourned to Thursday, July 20, 2023, 10 in the forenoon.
I think it is coming unbecoming. So, honorable members, I think today will be the last day that we will raise this issue of quorum. So, the whips, I am urging you to do more. On that note, I'm bringing proceedings to a close and adjourn the House to tomorrow 10 o'clock in the forenoon. Honorable Deputy Minister for Lands, I wish I'll get the opportunity to do your bill, but the Constitution and the standing orders, so I adjourn the House to tomorrow 10 o'clock in the forenoon.